they were super happy to collaborate with us, giving us a good price.
And that's on accommodation, but we're also able to often get good deals on excursions, all sorts of stuff. So
transportation to the hotel, for instance, you might get that for free.
Yeah. So we're using that as a bargaining power as well.
Hi Explorers!
Morgan and
Chris here, documenting our journey towards full-time family travel. Now, we recently announced that next year we're going to put all our efforts into trying to travel full-time as a family. And we received a lot of questions asking, hey, how can you afford to do this and how can we do this?
So we decided to take a deep dive into our own plans and try to get the answer to that question from reaching out to some of our favorite families that travel full-time. So with a little help from our friends, we have prepared for you
5 ways to financially prepare for full-time travel.
Number 1, start earning an income online.
Now, we personally own a video production business, and we're hoping to shift gears with it and turn it more into an editing business that we can do remotely anywhere in the world. And we've also been experimenting with some other forms of revenue that we're going to be discussing in future videos in more depth and more detail for you guys.
All of our travel friends said that the most important thing is just finding something that you're really passionate about and figuring out how to monetize it online. So that might be a remote position, freelance work, or if you're able to generate enough business yourself, just starting your own business.
Number 2, budget based on your current budget.
Now this one was really an aha moment for us. We reached out to a family that we absolutely adore that travel full-time named the Krogels. They gave us some really great budgeting advice.
They took the budget they lived on in Texas, sold everything they owned to eliminate all their monthly bills, and put all of their budget towards travel.
Some places are going to be less expensive than others, obviously. Places like Southeast Asia, you could probably live far below the budget that you anticipated, so you can save that money and use that for travel to more expensive countries later on. Number 3, live by the 25% rule.
Now, when you travel, there are often hidden fees and prices that fluctuate around the world, like accommodation and flights and food and currency exchange, to name a few.
And a lot of that you usually don't think about, so you're not always budgeting for it. So our friends at Unsettled Down, they had a really great tip. They take their total monthly budget, and then on top of that, they add 25% extra to their budget to make sure that they are living a little bit more comfortably and they're not totally shocked by all these unexpected miscellaneous items.
Number 4, cut down on major expenses.
One of the most expensive aspects of full-time travel is accommodation. This is true whether you have a home base or not. So trying to find ways to minimize that cost is really important. And our friends at Unroot Me do a really great job of that.
Our favorite way to save money on accommodation is with house sitting. So if you don't know what house sitting is, it's pretty much where you get to stay in somebody's house for free while they're away on vacation and take care of their home and animals. And they're all over the world, and they're not just in like random places. We've done them in Colorado Springs, we've done them in Portland, Oregon. So you can even go to like the real touristy spots and get house sits and stay in that area for free.
As a videographer, I see a lot of people in our space, in the travel family space, that are exchanging their services for accommodation. Something that I would love to do, that we would love to do. But I had never given much thought to volunteering services for accommodation.
You go to websites like Workaway and you volunteer your time on like a farm or whatever work they're looking for, and in exchange they will give you a place to stay and sometimes even provide your food. So that one's really cool as well, and once again they're available all over the world.
Another way to cut down on costs is to travel slowly. Unroot Me does a phenomenal job of doing this to save a lot of money.
If you're doing Airbnb for a month, don't reserve your place if they're not offering at least 40% off for the month.
Yeah.
Because you can definitely find them where they're like 40 to 60, even sometimes higher % off. So it's a huge savings to where like the nightly rate may be $150 or $75, and you can cut it in half by staying for a month in an area.
In addition to saving money on accommodation, our friends, the Forever Travelers family, sent us a video on how to save money by being flexible. Which brings us to number 5, be flexible.
Stay flexible. So we book late. we're not so particular about where we go. More important for us is to spend the time together. So it means that we book late when flights are cheap to different places, and then we go there, and we book accommodation late as well when prices are coming down. And a pro tip on that is to book whatever app you're using, Booking or Hotels. Those are the two we are using. Book with free cancellation, which means you have the security of having something booked, but then you can cancel that and jump over to a cheaper option when the prices go down.
And then there's always the last minute deals on these apps, and they're really what we go by.
The Forever Travelers family also asked for flexibility from other people, which I thought was really interesting.
Bargain, hustle on everything. We've learned that everything really is up for negotiation.
Everything and anywhere, even places where it's like, oh, it's set prices here, you don't bargain. Anywhere, hotels, tour operators, even in a restaurant, you might get like free drinks or something. We haven't done it that much in restaurants, but you can always say, hey, do you have a good price for us today? And the first people will be a little bit surprised in some places, but they'll always end up putting on a smile and they'll be like, oh, okay, you can do something, and you end up getting at least 10%, which is worth taking when you're traveling.
Yeah, and one thing you should do is, we didn't know anything about social media before we started this trip, but developing a presence online has given us some bargaining power as well. So with the help of all you guys who's in the travel community as well, we've been able to put that to play, and hotels are very interested in collaborating with families like us, with you, because it's an audience that they try to reach, but that is not so easy to reach. So,
and we landed our first collaboration with only around 4,000 followers. We didn't get a free stay, but we certainly got a very good deal on a 5-star hotel that was worth taking. So, I mean, and they were super happy to collaborate with us, giving us a good price.
And that's on accommodation, but we're also able to often get good deals on excursions, all sorts of stuff. So
transportation to the hotel, for instance, you might get that for free.
Yeah. So we're using that as a bargaining power as well.
Those are some awesome tips. Thank you so much, and thank you to all the travel families that took time out of their busy travels to help us in our journey and this whole travel community that are all working towards full-time family travel.
And if you like this video and it is gonna help you, please smash that like button and subscribe.
And comment down below, what topic do you want us to cover next? We're super excited to bring you along with us on our journey and to cover all the topics that you have questions on. See you next week.
Adios.
Jonah Frederick-Holt. That's gross. Get your mouth off of that. Like Santa's coming tomorrow. How excited are you gonna be? It's Christmas!
Hey, Jude, do you want to get up? No.